You probably do it dozens of times a day without even thinking about it. Logging in, searching for something, ordering food. Every single one of those actions is powered by one of the internet's oldest, most fundamental technologies. So in this explainer, we're going to take a deep dive into the surprisingly fascinating world of the web form. Okay, let's start with a little question. Just think about what you've done online today. Maybe you logged into your email, searched for a funny video, or ordered a pizza. What is the one thing, the single piece of tech that connects all of those activities? You guessed it, it's the humble web form. It might not seem glamorous, but it is the #1 way the web actually gathers information from you. It's basically a digital conversation. And today, we're going to look at just how much that conversation has changed over the years. All right, so to really appreciate how far we've come, we've got to go all the way back to the beginning. Let's take a look at the simple foundational building blocks that created the web's very first front door. It all starts with this one little HTML tag, form. Just think of it like a container or a box. Every text field, every checkbox, every button you click on, it all has to live inside this digital box for it to work. It's the foundation for everything. And inside that box, developers had their original toolkit. I mean, this is the classic stuff that built the early web, and you still see it everywhere, right? Simple text boxes, password fields that hide what you're typing, checkboxes for when you can pick a few things, radio buttons for when you can only pick one, and, of course, that big, beautiful submit button. So you filled everything out, you hit submit. Now what? I mean, how does your information actually get from your browser all the way over to the website's server? Well, this is where it starts to get really interesting. There are really two main ways to send your data, get and post. Here's an easy way to think about it. Get is like sending a postcard. All the information you entered is written right there in the URL. You can see it plain as day. That's fine for a Google search, right? But you would never, ever send a password that way. That's what post is for. Post is like a sealed envelope. Your data is tucked safely inside the request itself, totally hidden from view. It's the standard for anything sensitive, like your login info or your credit card details. And for years, that was pretty much the deal. Forms worked, but let's be honest, they were a little clunky. And then, this massive upgrade came along that changed everything. HTML5. And this wasn't just a small tweak. It was a total rethinking of what the web could and should do.
Now, behind the scenes, HTML5 gave developers a much cleaner, more organized way to build websites. These new tags like header and footer, they basically created a standard language for how a page is structured. And that not only made code easier to write, it also made the web way more accessible for things like search engines and screen readers.
But for us, the people actually using the web every day, the single biggest revolution that HTML5 brought was making those web forms so much smarter. Okay, this is where the magic really happened. Before HTML5, I'm sure you remember, filling out a form could be so frustrating. It was a total guessing game. But HTML5 gave the browser itself the intelligence to guide us, to stop us from making mistakes before they even happen. The real game changer was this thing called client-side validation. See, in the old days, if you messed up a form, you'd hit submit, you'd wait, and then the whole page would reload just to tell you that you missed a field. Ugh. With client-side validation, your own browser can check for basic mistakes instantly before that data ever even leaves your computer. You see that little invalid value bubble right there? That's not the website yelling at you from some far-off server. Nope. That is your own browser, right there on your machine, catching a mistake in real time. It's such a simple thing, but it saves time, cuts down on frustration, and it even reduces a ton of unnecessary internet traffic. And one of the simplest but maybe most powerful tools for this is the required attribute. A developer just adds that one little word to a field, and bam, the browser literally will not let you submit the form until you've filled it out. No more accidentally sending in a blank form. But hey, preventing errors was only half the battle. HTML5 also gave us a whole new toolkit of specialized inputs. And this was huge because it meant developers didn't have to build clunky custom things just to get a simple calendar to pop up. It transformed these generic text boxes into smart, purpose-built tools that made our lives way easier. I mean, just look at this. Instead of making you try to remember some cryptic code for a color, a developer can now just say, input type color, And the browser automatically gives you this beautiful interactive color picker. It's really complex functionality made incredibly simple. And what about dates? Oh man, remember the nightmare of trying to guess the format? Was it month, day, year, month, day? Now, with input type date, the browser just hands you a calendar. You point, you click, and you're done. No more errors, no more guesswork. It's amazing. And check this out. The developer writes one super simple line of code for a range input. And just like that, the browser turns that code into this cool interactive slider. It's such a clean, visual way for you to pick a value without having to type a thing. And the list just goes on and on. There are special inputs for email, URLs, and phone numbers that even pop up the right keyboard on your phone. You've got inputs for numbers that give you those handy little up and down arrows. There are even special inputs for search bars. Every single one is just a small, smart upgrade designed to make our interactions with the web that much smoother. So we've come all this way, from basic text boxes to these intelligent interactive controls. So what's the big takeaway here? Why does all of this evolution actually matter? Well, at the end of the day, these smarter forms have quietly built a much, much better internet. For us, it means the web is faster, it's way less frustrating, and it's more accessible for everybody. And for the folks who build the web, it means less time fighting with basic code and more time creating awesome new things. It's a true win-win that has made billions of online interactions better every single day. So yeah, the web form has grown up from a simple text box into the smart, interactive conversation. The way we talk to the web has been completely transformed. But this journey is nowhere near finished. As our devices get smarter, as AI starts filling out forms for us, as we start talking to the web with our voices, it leaves us with one really exciting question. In the future, will we even need to type into a box at all?